Back in 2022, Bambalab blew the world of 3D printing apart with a reliable, high-spec 3D printer, easy enough for any beginner to use. I think that Makera might have just done the same thing for desktop CNC machines with this, the Carvera Air. Sit tight and find out why. Welcome to Making for Motorsport, where we make more, spend less and go faster. And we're going to be making a bit more now because we've got a new toy, the Carvera Air desktop CNC machine. I've already mentioned 3D printing once, and I'm going to continue and draw the parallels between the two processes because they are very similar, but at the same time they are very different, and because of that, CNC machining can be quite daunting. But I'm going to show you that one of the big benefits of this machine is it takes those scary bits and makes them very simple. In this review, I'm going to be taking you through the machine, highlighting some of the best features, and also doing the sample projects that are included in the machine, and then taking you through a project for the rally car from start to finish so you can see the whole process. Let's get into it. So first impressions from just picking up the box is this thing is heavy, like 40 kilograms heavy. And whilst all that gravity isn't great for when you're lifting it out of a deep box on your own, when it comes to CNC machines, it's exactly what you want because mass means material, and material, hopefully, means strength. It also comes pretty much fully assembled. The most difficult thing is just getting all the boxes out of the package where they're all safely secured away. And the only assembly you really need to do is the tablet holder, which just needs 2 screws in the side. Makera have sent me all the options, which includes a toolkit, lots of materials to make the sample parts, a 4th axis, kit to make PCBs, and also a laser engraver. Now, everything is really well labelled, so it's dead easy to see what's in what box. Now, which boxes will you get? Well, that depends on what package you buy, but it's all really clearly laid out on the website, so if you're interested, go check it out and take your pick. Full disclosure, Makera have sent me this machine for free for review. However, no money is exchanged hands and all these opinions are my own. If you've got any questions about this, then please go to my website and check out the review policy, which I stick to for all of these types of reviews. So first job is to download Carvera Controller, which is the program that allows you to manually move, prepare and launch programs on the CNC machine. Now, different from your average 3D printer that has its own inbuilt screen with the software on it, the Carvera Air needs an additional device to run this software. So this can be a laptop, a tablet, or even a phone, and you can connect over Wi-Fi network or straight in with USB. Now, I couldn't get the GitHub download to work on my laptop. Turns out it was my fault. So instead, I just picked up my iPhone, downloaded the app from the App Store, and connected following the instructions. Very easy, and we're ready to go. So with that, I couldn't wait and just dived straight in and did one of the sample projects, the acrylic LED light. And this is a real strength of the Carvera Air because it's not just the machine. It comes with multiple different projects, each highlighting a different function of the machine, and it comes with all the cutters, the material, the programs are preloaded, and the high quality instruction booklet has everything. Even pictures of the fixture arrangement you need to make it work. So it really does idiot proof it. However, this idiot still managed to get one of the setups wrong. Now, I really enjoyed doing this first project because there's multiple different types of machining, engraving, CNC machining, including aluminium, and it really showcases what the machine is capable of. But there's no point in me doing a step-by-step video on it because Makera have already done it, and they've done it with the pros, and they're already out there on YouTube. I'll put some links in the description. Now, I highly recommend anybody doing these sample projects. It takes a bit of time, but it really helps you in the future. If you're going to do similar projects, it'll help you bootstrap yourself and get off the ground quickly. In fact, that's just what happened here because R2-D2, well, he gave me an idea. After that, I hooked up the 4th axis and made the sample project for that. And my God, does this epoxy tooling board make some mess. But the details on the Egyptian bust are really quite impressive. And yes, I could have used the integrated dust extraction to keep the mess down, but that would have meant using my shop vac, which is about 10 times louder than the machine itself. And seeing as it's quite a long machining operation, I decided just to clean it up afterwards. So after doing these two, I took the plunge and started making my own item. In the rally car, I have this horrible bit of fake carbon fibre plastic that's broken, and you know, it's a rally car, so really it deserves proper carbon fibre. I'm going to make a replacement, and I'm going to go through pretty much every step to show you what's involved from start to finish of a project on this machine. So obviously we need a model, so we've got to remove the existing one, measure it up and model it in CAD. So I used Fusion for this, and because we're really just needing a 2D shape, there's no need to do any 3D work with it. So once we've drawn it in 2D, we can simply save it and then export it as a DXF. So the next stage is CAM, and CAM is pretty much exactly like the slicer stage in 3D printing. It turns the CAD model into G-code which the machine can understand. I'm using Makera CAM because I wanted to try the software that was meant to link to the machine. You could stay in Fusion and use the machine profiles that are available for the Carvera Air and do the CAM in Fusion. This is probably more powerful and scalable, but I think it comes with a steeper learning curve, and like I say, I wanted to try out the Makera software. So I'm not going to go into the exact buttons to press in Makera CAM because there's other videos that do it well, but what I will say, it was easy to get started, fairly intuitive, and just another kind of slightly daunting bit of the CNC process that's been made nice and easy. Next job is to load up the stock material onto the table. Now you can use the example projects to show you how it's best to hold items like this down, which I did with my sheet of carbon fibre. Once you've sent the G-code that the CAM software created to the controller, then you can watch the simulation, which I suggest you do very carefully. So then all you're left to do is start the program, which then allows you to set the zeros for the workpiece and also set the probing cycles. So using the wired probe, the machine first traces out the area it's going to machine using a laser. So you can check that it all falls where you want on the stock material you've put on the bed. The next stage is the machine probes the Z height of the material and sets that automatically. And you can also set it so it does a grid across the material, so you can pretty much do a bed map, same as you would do on a 3D printer. And then finally, every time you put in a new tool, it heads down and touches off this touch probe on the bed. So all of the Z offsets are set automatically, so the only thing you need to worry about is making sure that that laser traces round where you want on the stock material. So yeah, it makes everything very simple, but it doesn't stop all the mistakes. And this is where I learned a lot about CNC machines. And that's simply pay attention to every step. So I saw these lines on the simulation toolpath, but you know, I ignored them. And then this happened. I should have seen that on the toolpath simulation, and I should have gone no and gone back and done it again. Anyway, I went back to the CAM software, redid the programming, resequenced it, and got no additional lines. So then I just span the stock round, started on a new area, and tried it a second time, which came out perfect. As you can see, the extraction worked really well with the shop vac, but I had to make my own 3D printed connection piece. I'll put the model for that on the website and put a link in the description because it took me quite a few iterations to get it right. So what do I think of this machine? Yeah, fantastic. It's got great features like the quick change collet for the tooling. The wired probe makes the probing cycles just dead easy and pretty much foolproof. Straight out of the box, it cuts lovely. There's no tuning required, there's no fiddle factor. If I wanted to, I could get in there and change the speeds and feeds and maybe speed it up, but there's no need to whatsoever. The extraction works great when you've got it running. The cover fits really well, seals in the dust, seals in the noise, even if it feels slightly flimsy. The documentation and the wiki website is second to none, and you can tell there's a lot of work has gone into making this machine as easy and user-friendly as possible. I would have liked to have done more projects for this review, specifically aluminium, but we did cut that as part of the sample project and it really had no problems at all. So keep your eyes on the channel because I will be doing more things with this machine. Believe that. Any downsides? Well, yeah, okay, not really. I think any problems I've had have been my own making, and it's just about learning a new process and where CNC machining is different from 3D printing. If I was nitpicking, I'd say it'd be useful to have the tool description appear on the controller software when you've got to change a tool, because it just says tool 1 or tool 2, which makes it quite hard to keep track of. But I think that might be limited by the G code, and I'd really love it when we're doing the toolpath simulation on the controller software for the block that the simulation is on to be highlighted on the side, just so it'd be easier to relate kind of the G code to what the tool is doing. And finally, I think the work area is probably a bit tight. It's going to be a bit limiting on how big a thing you can fit in there, although you can remove the back panel, put in larger pieces of flat stock like I did with the carbon fibre. But more space, hey, that's always going to cost more. And I think that's probably the biggest downfall of the machine, which is the price. At time of filming, the base model for the Carvera Air is about £1,800. But when you consider all the additional value you're getting with the sample projects, and then also with the assistance in the wiki and the really good and clear instructions, I think this still represents good value for someone who is coming from zero knowledge and wants to get into the CNC machining space. So to minimise that one downside, Makera are running a summer promotion until June 24th. So if you buy the standard bundle, you get the laser head for free. That's right, $0. And if you use the code MFM100 off, you get an extra $100 discount. So to access these savings, just use the link in the description, which is the Makera official store. So that's it. If you're still watching now, please give the thumbs up. It really does help. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff or see what we do with this in the future, then hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you really do want to help the channel out some more, then think about joining the Patreon and these lovely people as they go across down here. But that's it for now. So thank you very much for watching and stay hydrated.